The first thing that you will see when you log into Elluminate is your tile page. Everyone's tile page looks slightly different based on your user roles. You can move the tiles around by scrolling down to the bottom, clicking Edit Layout, and simply dragging and dropping the tiles where you want, and then clicking Save Layout at the end. Everyone will have certain tiles, such as the Map Growth Assessment for grades K through 8, and everyone will have the Master Assessment Calendar. If you need some help with the DNA, you can always click on the green tile. I need help with Elluminate DNA. Now I'm going to show you one of the fastest and easiest ways to create an assessment. On the left-hand side, click on Assessments. Then click on Create Assessment. Click on Flexible. Type in the title of your assessment. For flexible assessments, you will want to have your assessment already typed out. For this example, I have three questions. I'm just going to add one to begin with, multiple choice. You can add, at any time, you can add more questions by clicking on the green bar. I'm going to add another multiple choice question, and I'm going to add a third question. My first question I know is multiple choice, but I only want A, B, C, D for that one, and A, B, C, D for the second one. My last choice is actually going to be a explicit constructed response question. An explicit constructed response question is a question that has a finite number of answers that are correct. If I wanted a short answer or a paragraph where there are an infinite number of possibilities, I would simply do constructed response. By using explicit constructed response, I can enter in some of the correct responses so that the computer can help me score those. So I'm going to add in my correct responses right now. I'm going to also add in some alternatives and include some misspellings. Any of these possible answers will be ones that are counted correct. Always on constructed response questions, you'll want to double check to make sure that the computer scored them correctly. I also need to be sure to put the correct answer for question 1 and 2. I know that the correct answer for question number 1 is going to be C, and the correct answer for item number 2 is going to be A. I can tag standards by clicking on the Standards button here. I can find my standards by clicking on Edit Standards. My provider is always going to be Indiana Academic Standards. Then I go to Subject and find what subject I'm looking for. Then I go to the grade to find my grade level. And all of the standards pop up, and I can select which standards I am testing. The standards that I selected will now show up here, so I don't need to search for them all of the time. And I can simply tag the standards that I am going to test. Next, I need to upload my test. I click on the Upload Materials button, and I have it saved as a Google Drive. So I'm going to click on Google Drive. I'm going to search and find the test, and I'm going to double-click the test and upload. I can also upload a variety of other materials, such as a rubric, answer key, and other things, but only one file will be shown as a student assessment. I can download this at any time or preview it by clicking on the eye. I can also delete it by hitting the trash can. Once I am finished, I click Done. And now my assessment is ready to administer. If I'm ready to share it with my colleagues, I can click the Share button. To administer the assessment, click on Administer. Then you will click Online Testing. If you have a Google Classroom, you can post it to Google Classroom here. You can also preview the assessment, or test with QuickCode, or test in the Elluminate portal. I'm just going to click Preview Assessment. Here you can set some different administration settings. You can also set some different tools. And you can give students the ability to see the assessment review if you test it in the Student Elluminate portal. Please note that if you want to use text-to-speech with this feature, it will only use text-to-speech for the questions and not the reading of the test questions, as the test is a PDF form. This is what the test will look like for students. Click the green Continue Test button. The answer key will show up to the right, and the test document will show up in the center. Students will read the questions and then answer the correct or put the answers over in the answer sheet over to the right. When they're done, they'll hit review and finish. All the questions were answered, click finish, and now they have been done. When you are testing, you can see your test session here. You can edit your test windows by clicking on the edit button, and you can use the live proctoring button to watch your students take the test. You can click on live proctoring. The list of your students will show up here on the left, and there will be squares across the rows showing what question they are on and if they answer the question right or wrong. Once students have completed the test, the overview page will start populating with the student information. How students scored overall will show up on the overview page. Your response frequency report can be found by clicking on response frequency and scrolling down to find the item analysis. And you can click on the reports tab to find the various reports that you will find most useful to you are under Where Do I Start for Teachers, and the matrix report is there. And you can click on Report, Open Report to find that report.